Hello everyone, welcome to Bizarre Vid, and if you are looking for scary videos, you are in the right place. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more scary content. Alright, with that said, let's begin. It's late at night, when a group of friends decide to enter a hospital that's been out of service for quite some time. They would never come alone unless they were dared to do so, because apparently this place is not what it seems. Although seeming like an empty facility, devoid of any doctors or patients, the Felix Bulnes Hospital in Santiago, Chile has been said to have a certain presence within its walls. Now, thankfully, the lights are still on inside this hospital, which is a good thing for the group. The emergency system powering these lights appears to be running. But even with the lights on, the following incident remains just as frightening. This is what they caught.
Familia, estamos aquí en el hospital Felix Bulnes. Son las... ¿Qué hora es? ¿Qué hora es, familia? ¿Qué hora es? ¿Qué hora es? La 1:08. La 1:08. La 1:08. La 1:08.
It happens quickly, but upon looking closely, you'll see what appears to be a silhouette of a person just walking past the group of friends. No one had noticed it, and no one realized what was captured until much later when watching the footage. Clearly, something had been there, but it's hard to say as to what exactly it was. Briefly, we can see what looks like a distinct outline of someone small, but strangely, whoever or whatever this was goes unnoticed by the group. It's for this reason that they no doubt believe that this had to be the spirit of a deceased patient who doesn't know they already passed. But ghost or not, it seems that what was captured will currently stay a mystery. In this next video, a man named Connor Lyle recorded something strange on his doorbell camera. It happened on a Thursday night when no one else had been outside. Connor had just come home at around 8 p.m. and was heading towards his house when suddenly he gets the strangest feeling. It was as if his body, out of instinct, had sensed something threatening. Perhaps thinking it was all in his head, he shrugs it off and doesn't think much of it, but fast forward to him looking at the footage captured of that night, and his stomach drops. The following is his footage. Watch. As it turns out, his fight or flight response wasn't just random, but rather completely called for. Right behind Connor, there appears to be a shadowy figure walking by and then disappearing out of nowhere. However, after seconds pass, it reappears again, but this time a bit closer. It's as if it was making its way towards Connor. Feeling once again immensely unnerved, he turns around and sees nothing. But clearly, as he would eventually find out, something was behind him. What this was is unknown, but judging by Connor's reaction, viewers think it's best if he stayed away from ever encountering whatever this was. While there has yet to be any updates from Connor regarding this footage, this incident continues to remain unsolved. Taking place inside someone's apartment, a man immediately stops what he's doing to record this video, as it was just now that stuff started moving.
And just stuff is moving, right? So this has moved. I thought it was because maybe one of the things is stuck in the the blinds and I closed the blinds, but that was one thing. The bike then fell.
Within the span of 30 minutes, things just started moving on their own. This is something that commonly happens, but not once has it ever been caught on camera. But on this night, something happens that scares the living daylights out of the man. Hoping to get something on camera, he captures this.
And I'm just kind of now trying. I tried to film other stuff when the bike moved, and I deleted that video because nothing happened. But I'm just trying to see if I'm going mad and want to catch something. I've noticed things in this flat for quite a while, but I've always put them down to like neighbours' noise or whatever it might be. But this is the first time I've kind of actually seen things move. But yeah, so I don't really know. I want something to move, and I also don't want something to move. If anything is here, please by all means feel free to move something. Move one of the leaves here, move one of the leaves there, I don't know, whatever you want to move. Move the bike again, or the remote here. Don't be scared. Although I am a little bit scared. It's one of those horrible situations where you kind of want something off. There is no way. I'm so glad I got that on recording. Oh, I'm coughing all of a sudden. Holy oh my god, I can't believe I actually got that on film. Please move it again. You've done that much. Please feel free to move it again. This, by the way, has been propped up here for ages. This has not been moved. This has never moved before. Like, I'm actually shaking a little bit. Sorry for swearing, by the way. Oh my god, I'm so happy that I've just got that on tape. And like this, this isn't like attached to anything. Like there's nothing attached to it. Like I haven't kicked it, I haven't moved anything. It's been I don't know how it was now, but it's been kind of propped up for a long time. I'm gonna lay it down a bit more. I absolutely knew that
Had it not been for him lifting his guitar and showing an up-close view of the neck, then this definitely would have raised some suspicions. No strings are seen anywhere besides those on the guitar, and nothing around it hints at the possibility of this being faked. It's the lack of questionable evidence that makes this possibly real, and therefore pretty creepy. Yet this only gets creepier when noticing how sudden the guitar moves. Miniature shifts are common when things aren't propped up right, where a slow shifting movement occurs before gravity takes over and makes it fall fast. This, however, immediately moves as if someone had forcefully pushed it. To the man, whatever happened here was surely paranormal. But of course, whether or not that's so is up to you to decide. Was something supernatural at play here, or is there something else that could possibly explain this? Now, not much is known about this next video, considering that the original source is unknown. Where it came from or who exactly posted this first remains a mystery. But despite lacking any sort of context, the video is still pretty creepy. Taking place in what appears to be a museum, a group of people visit an exhibit that is, well, a bit disturbing to say the least. As with most lifelike mannequins, there's something quite off-putting about these, but it's not the mannequins that make the video pretty spooky, but rather something else. Whoever took this video seems to have not realized that they captured something unusual during this moment. They didn't see that this was captured.
There could be in here.
Appearing out of nowhere, a shadowy figure resembling a woman is caught in the mirror. Its reflection is captured, but the person casting it is nowhere in sight. That is, if it was a person. While some viewers agree that it was a person in the sense that they used to be alive, many believe that this was its ghost. Seemingly dressed in a gown that a woman would wear during the Victorian era, the mysterious shadow passes by, unfazed by the group of strangers in the room. It's as if they've been here for quite some time. But like most videos, without much context, it remains unknown as to who or what was caught on camera. Now, the following video comes from a mother who, for some reason, began to feel an overwhelming sense of anxiety while taking care of her baby. It was just her and her son, alone at home, watching a movie peacefully when things took an unexpected turn. Looking at the bathroom door, she notices that it's wide open. When she last looked, it was somewhat shut. Seeing that something was different, she grabs her phone and begins to record. Whenever something like this happens, according to her, things get very weird. It's a common occurrence, but on this night, what she captures is unlike anything she's ever experienced. On the verge of having a panic attack, she records the bathroom when this is captured.
The door is moving by itself. Oh my God. Over here. Please go away. Please go away. You're not wanted. Go away. Whatever you are, go away. Oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God. This is the scariest thing I've ever encountered in this house. I am so scared right now. Please go away. It can't be spooky. Spooky? Psst, 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 psst. Spook? Moo?
To say that the mother was spooked out of her mind would be putting it lightly. It's the fact that she pulls in her child after sensing something dangerous that really shows this. Now, she didn't see it at first, but after watching this video, she saw it. At the entrance to the bathroom, a very distinct shadow-like figure appears quickly. It's actually pretty quick when it happens, so it's understandable as to why she had missed this. But seeing how fast it moves only adds to the creepiness of this footage. Whatever this might have been seems to pop in and out quick before seemingly disappearing. Seeing this and hearing the bathroom door creak has led her to believe that something paranormal took place, but whether ghost or not, there has yet to be a definitive explanation for what was captured on this night. In the following video, a security guard is doing rounds at a hotel when she suddenly comes to a stop after encountering something very disturbing. This video took place in 2019 and was recently shared by a friend of the security guard shown in the clip. At first, the friend who posted this wasn't sure if sharing this online would be a good idea. What was captured, according to them, is something that the hotel would rather keep under wraps, perhaps to avoid reminding people of a terrible incident that occurred many years ago. In 1986, this exact hotel, which was formerly called the DuPont Plaza, had mysteriously caught fire, resulting in many lives being lost. Guests had no choice but to leap off their balconies as the flames had engulfed the whole building. The sight of this was hard to bear, to say the least. But fast forward to 2019, and the hotel is now rebranded and remodeled under a different company. However, from time to time, strange things would happen here. Hotel guests would report supposed paranormal experiences and blame the fire incident that occurred years ago to explain this. The following video is a prime example of what guests experience while being here. It's late at night when apparently something pulls the security guard's hair. Take a look. Looking closely, you can see that her ponytail is the first thing that moves before she tilts her head. However, its movement is anything but subtle. It's as if something had yanked her hair, causing her to jerk her head in a sudden motion. According to the friend who posted this, the security guard thought that someone had ran away upon pulling her hair, but after watching this clip, that clearly wasn't the case. Her hair was definitely pulled, but it wasn't someone she could identify, let alone see. What happened here, as the friend believes, was something unexplainable. But as always, I'll let you come up with your own conclusions. Just what exactly could explain the security guard's hair being pulled? While driving down a stretch of highway, Felicity D promptly takes out her phone after noticing something down the road. It had caught her attention, considering that no other cars were on the road. It was just her and the driver, alone on this highway when this was spotted. Now, this video takes place in Arenas Valley, New Mexico, where it seems that others have encountered similar experiences. Ghost sightings are nothing new to those who live around here. But this, as viewers believe, may just be the clearest evidence of something paranormal. Although it's hard to say as to what this was, you can see that something is moving before somehow vanishing. It's a bit faint, but something is there until it isn't. Now, unfortunately, not much info was given on this clip, except that it took place in New Mexico. Yet still, as many have commented, this footage is pretty creepy. Just who or even what was seen on camera? On the night of October 4th of 2024, a young couple watch a scary movie that's already been seen by the boyfriend. It's his girlfriend's first time watching the film, and it's exactly how he imagined she would react, completely scared. It's for this reason that he films this video. It would make for a funny clip, but little does he know this exact moment would be anything but funny. Now, viewers agree that it's already creepy enough that they live in a house filled with clown dolls and other horror-themed items, but what was captured beats any of those things. As they watch this movie, this is caught.
And of the Son, and the Holy Spirit, by this sign of the Holy Cross of our Lord Jesus Christ, who lives and reigns with the Father and the Holy Spirit. Damien!
It's not even scary.
It is scary.
It's not.
Look down and pity. You killed your mother.
You killed your mother. You killed your mother. You killed.
What was meant to be a funny clip of his girlfriend's reaction turns into something they would see in their movie. Out of nowhere, the clown doll on the wall moves. Unaware of what just happened, she continues watching the film while the boyfriend remains speechless, as it seems that the doll had come alive. While some think that the film had something to do with this, the couple believes that something else was responsible. As it turns out, they live across a cemetery that's quite literally down the street from them. The following is the girlfriend's footage. Take a look.
My scary clown video. Okay, so I thought I'd show you that I actually do live across the road from a cemetery. Normally this stuff doesn't scare me, but the clown kind of did.
So then, according to viewers, it's no wonder why the doll had come alive. It only makes sense that watching a scary movie near a cemetery would lead to this. But as always, you be the judge on whether or not this was paranormal. Just what exactly had occurred that night? On a Sunday afternoon inside a small retail store, an employee working by himself decides to tidy up a few items on display. It was like any other workday at the shop. Johann Salazar would clock in and start the shift by organizing stock. But as he does his job, he all of a sudden runs to the back of the store, completely out of breath and visibly shaking. Johann, in his own words, had felt something heavy drop on his shoulders. Not sure what it was that was on his back, he looks at the security camera recording at this time and sees something that terrifies him beyond belief. This is what he saw. It appears that Johann's shirt and hoodie is pulled by something. Initially thinking that someone had put their hands on Johann's back, he turns around expecting someone to be there. But to his shock, there was no one. He was absolutely positive that he felt something heavy on his shoulders, yet it seems that whatever weight he had felt was non-existent. Or so it seems, because as viewers believe, this invisible weight was most likely a spirit who was getting physical with Johann. If that's the case, then its presence was definitely felt. But whether ghost or not, Johann has been left terribly shaken by this incident. To this day, there is yet to be an update on this whole occurrence. On a sunny day somewhere on a peninsula, a man records a video of an ancient fortress that was built in 1725. Obviously, the fortress has stood the test of time, seeing that it's still intact, but it's not the durability of this place that baffles the man who filmed this. Instead, it's what appears at this place that's left him pretty spooked. He was taking a video while he and his brother explored the fortress. Although many tourists come here, very few know that the fort has taken the lives of many pirates who invaded the peninsula during the 18th century. Knowing this, the man couldn't help but feel a haunting presence while being here. Now the quality is far from HD, but the video still captures footage of something visible and quite peculiar. This is what was caught.
Okay.
The man who took this had no idea that something appeared around the fort. He further adds that this, whatever it was, had been inside a closed-off section to the public. There was no way that a person could have accessed this area, as no one had stepped foot there for years. If it wasn't a person, as many believe, Then what exactly was this? Now, it is kind of odd how, despite the video's quality, we can still make out distinct figures in the distance, but this, even from a not-so-far distance, is hard to make out. While some speculate that it might be the spirit of a pirate who died while crossing the fort, others are simply baffled by the clip. Although uploaded in 2023, this video continues to remain a mystery. At a local bakery, a couple of kids are waiting patiently to get some candy from the shop's baker. It's Halloween, and the bakery is giving out treats to those who stop by. Although everyone in this video is getting some candy, one kid in particular isn't. He stands a few feet away from the group while seemingly observing them. It could be that he's shy and therefore hesitant to step forward. Or, as many comments have noted, it may be that he's seeing something. Now you might miss it, but at the start of the video, the small boy says something out loud like, "Look it," as if noticing something in front of him. He even points at whatever it is that he's seeing. As soon as he does this, this happens. Watch closely. For some reason, the boy suddenly stops in his tracks, as if something was blocking his path. He stands in place while staring at something unseen. But then his head quickly tilts up in the same way that someone would after being hit or pushed to the ground. In comment after comment, the same thing is being said. Something had pushed the boy. From the sudden pause in his walk to earlier when he said, "Look it," while pointing at something, it's understandable as to why many think this. So, did something actually push the boy? Or was something else at play here that caused him to fall? It's hard to say, but the more you watch this clip, the harder it gets to answer this question. On February 7th of 2023, footage from a security camera was shared by Nicole White, who to this day has no idea what was captured. Nicole explains that the video was recorded when her brother and sister were setting up a surveillance camera inside her house. It was a gift for Nicole and her family, including her own brother who was living with her at this time. But this may be the reason why the following happened. Nicole believes that her brother's collection of archaeological artifacts like fossils and arrowheads were all either cursed or haunted. Because she lived under the same roof as him, she no doubt believes that what was captured had some connection to those artifacts. Now in the video, Nicole's sister is using her brother as a point of reference for the camera when this is captured. It's no wonder why Nicole was terrified upon seeing this. Looking closely, a creepy, goat-like apparition appears over her brother's shoulder. It's there momentarily before vanishing out of sight. Now, whether sharing the resemblance of a goat or not, there's no denying that a distinct outline of some figure is seen. But according to Nicole, if you look closely, you can make out a pair of horns and nails. This might be the reason why she compares it to the Goatman, an urban legend about a creature who's both human and goat. While she isn't saying that it's the Goatman itself, she is claiming that it's supernatural and believes that her brother's collection of artifacts is the reason for its presence. But of course, I'll let you come up with your own conclusions. Was a ghost caught on camera or not? At around 11 p.m., two friends inside a pickup truck began to happily sing after waiting in traffic for hours on end. According to Ezzy, the person who sent me this, they were stuck in traffic due to an accident that occurred earlier. On the same highway that the men are on, a motorcyclist crashed into a truck, resulting in a traffic jam. Unfortunately, the motorcyclist lost his life upon impact. But fast forward to only a few hours later, and this is captured. Watch closely. As both men sing along, something appears behind them. It appears outside the truck, floating in midair while following the vehicle. As Ezzy writes, a pale face with no body is observed, and strangely, neither men notice it. Well, that is, until much later when they saw this video. Ezzy writes that the men believe this face was the spirit of the motorcyclist who passed away on the same road, and if it wasn't the motorcyclist, then it had to be one of the many victims who lost their lives on this highway. Many accidents have happened here according to Ezzy, but what do you think? Could this supposed face be a case of pareidolia, or is it likely that something supernatural was caught on camera? In the following video, a young boy falls asleep on the couch after watching TV by himself. The boy's father, known as Oscar Nunez, had no idea that his son was out in the living room during this time. But Oscar isn't surprised by this, given that his son occasionally sneaks out of his room to watch TV while everyone else is asleep. But tonight, on December 1st of 2019, his son quickly realizes that maybe it's best if he didn't stay up past his bedtime. Now, before showing this clip, it's worth mentioning that recently, strange things have been happening to this family. On one occasion, the family had come home late at night and saw an infestation of flies, most of which were surrounding the house. But the strangest part about this is that not a single fly was inside the trash bin that was right next to their home. Understandably, Oscar's family was thoroughly unsettled. Going back to this video, the family believes that it may have some connection to the fly incident. The son is dead asleep when this is captured. Upon checking the cameras, Oscar saw a figure standing in the hallway, but no one else was awake during this time. It's 3 in the morning and something appears in the dark. They, or it, just stands there without moving an inch. But it doesn't go unnoticed by Oscar's son, who before this was moving erratically on the couch. But creepiest of all is that the figure somehow vanishes into nothingness. The hallway is now empty compared to before. Oscar was surely creeped out by this footage, and like his family, he believes that this incident had something to do with the fly incident that occurred recently. Paranormal or not, these occurrences are pretty creepy. But until further updates are given, we'll have to speculate for now as to what exactly is going on with Oscar's home. Now, this next video was submitted to me by a viewer who saw a video that left them extremely unsettled. They had seen the clip on Instagram and write that the footage originates from a city in Yemen where a store owner caught something creepy on camera. He was working late at night when a woman walked in. However, something was very off about this woman. The person who sent me this writes that her hand doesn't look right. Her voice changes at one point, which is what spooked the guy, and her face doesn't look right either. Now, with a description like this, I had to watch the clip in full screen to see if they appear as so. Needless to say, something about them definitely seems odd. Take a look.
خلاص ولا حاجة. كيف حالك؟ سلامك.
من مات عليك؟
ها؟
من مات عليك؟
ولا واحد. سلامك. ما بشتغل، ما عاد مزوج. يا والله ما. طيب. طيب.
The first thing that stands out about this woman is her complexion. Her pale skin is similar to that of someone who was sick or passed away. The submitter of this footage couldn't agree more that her appearance is uncanny. Now, the comments on the original video believe that this was a clear case of an evil entity pretending to be a person. Even the caption on this video claims that they're non-human, given that a pair of hooves can be seen where their feet should be. Personally, it's hard to tell if that's so, as the video's quality isn't that good, but the sudden voice change and the weird questions, like repeatedly asking who passed away, further makes the so-called person creepy. But like with all videos, you be the judge. Just who or what had come to visit the store owner during the late hours of the night. It's late at night when a single mother known as Brandy Nettleton records her son's bedroom. She was hearing noises coming from inside. However, her son wasn't home at the time of this recording.
Okay, my son is gone. He's not home. He's at a party. Yeah, I know. I don't care. I just got woken up. My daughter's home, but my son's not home. My son is the only one that lives upstairs. The only one upstairs. All night since he's been gone, I keep hearing like the door close. Like it'll just shut, but...
Now the audio cuts off during this time. This is something that often happens throughout the video, which, although strange, does add to the creepiness of the footage. But things would only get creepier from here on out. Brandy's already freaked out by the noises she apparently heard, but little does she know that she would end up capturing the following on video. Moments after the audio cuts, this happens.
Sorry. So anyway, my son's not home, but I keep hearing the door shut. But there's nobody up there. There's nobody up there. I'm gonna see if I could try to... And let me take you guys... I'll take you guys up there and show you there's nobody up there. But let's see if we can catch it. Oh my god, as soon as I stopped it, I heard it. I know you guys heard that. I hope I got that. Did you hear it? Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm scared. Okay, I'm gonna turn. Look, nobody's up here. Oh my god. Look at his door is closed. Oh my god. Nope. I gotta tell my daughter, boo-boo. Oh my god. There's water in my eyes. Oh my god. Why does it sound like... And I recorded it. It sounds like somebody's in your brother's room. And I went up there to show that the door was closed. Tell me why his door opened when I went up there. I swear. I ran down here by myself. I'm recording it. Come up there with me to show them nobody's here. Oh my god. That made my eyes water, you guys. I showed it on camera. My son is not home. I'm not going to stop the recording just so I can show you guys.
That's scary.
I know, I ran down here.
Nobody's here besides.
I ran down here so fast. Okay. Oh my God, that scared me. And it sounds like somebody's walking around up there, and I got it on recording, yes. Look at, his door's moving. Okay, we're gonna go up there and I'm gonna show you guys nobody is in his room. He is not here. Turn your flashlight on. Oh my God. Hurry up and come up here so you can point it to show nobody's in the room. Look. Look. Nobody's in here. Nobody.
Look, even Pixie.
You guys literally, you seen that in real time with me. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm freaking out. Oh no. I told you guys. And there's been that mimic. And my daughter has heard it when I'm not here. It says my name, or it says her name in my voice when I'm not here. And it says my name in her voice when I'm not here. And, or when she's not here. And now that's happening. Look at my dog. No. No, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not coming under the side of the house no more. Oh my God.
In a panic frenzy, Brandy and her daughter run down the stairs to get away from what just happened. Now, there are two things worth pointing out about this clip. The first being that Brandy shuts the door after checking inside. We can hear the door clicking and latching into place after she closes it, but somehow it opens up as we just saw. To Brandy, this was a key indication that it wasn't a draft or an uneven door frame that was causing its movement. However, it's the second detail that makes this whole encounter even more creepy. Only a day or two after this incident, Brandy's dog was acting strange. Pixie, the dog's name, would stare at the ceiling and start acting up out of nowhere. Keep in mind, though, that the room you're seeing is below the floor on which the son's bedroom is at.
Fan is off, and he's hearing something. And now he's going crazy. You hear something, Papa?
Pixie's strange behavior is nothing new. It's been happening ever since Brandy's sister moved out of the house. Her sister, according to Brandy, is the reason for these unusual happenings. She believes that her sister had brought something into the house after using a Ouija board before she left. But of course, I'll let you be the judge on that. There's been a few updates on Brandy's page since making this video, which you can check out in case you're interested. But for now, as it seems, this video remains a mystery. Now, this next video comes from a mother known as Stephanie Johnson, who was doing a live stream with one of her kids when something happened that forced her to end the live feed at once. The incident had completely taken Stephanie by surprise, but not as much as her daughter, who was terribly shaken up by what happened. The two had been doing a live stream inside their house when no one else was home. It was just Stephanie and her child alone at home, letting viewers know that they'll be taking a 5-minute break from the live stream when this is captured.
5 minutes! 5 minutes! We're gonna be back in 5 minutes!
I'm not scared.
What are you scared of?
I'm scared.
Alright, before you go, say, Happy New Year!
I'm scared.
What are you scared of?
I'm scared.
Of what?
I'm scared.
I'm scared too. Of my own life.
My ghost.
There's not a ghost, you psycho. Did you hear that? She said she's afraid of the ghost. Where's the ghost?
Ghost.
Where is it? Where's the ghost? Show mommy. Point to it. You're fine. Where is it? Point. Is it over there? Is it over there? Is it over there? Where is it?
Ghost.
Where's the ghost?
Ghost.
Where? Is it Grandpa?
Yes.
It's not? What's the matter? Okay, come here. Do you see see what I deal with?
Stephanie immediately ends the live stream to console her daughter, making sure she's okay, because, as it seems, something had terribly spooked her. As soon as Charlie, her daughter, said that a ghost was there, Stephanie assumed it was her grandfather's spirit. Perhaps she said this to lighten up the situation, but strangely, Charlie quickly said no and proceeded to have an outburst. If it wasn't her supposed grandpa's ghost, then what was it? While some believe that something was present, others write that the video had simply spooked them. It's all in Charlie's reaction. There had to be something quite upsetting to elicit such a sudden response, but it's never made certain. Neither Stephanie nor others in her family who've seen this clip could figure out what it was that had made Charlie so frightened. But let me know your thoughts on this one. Just what had spooked Charlie? It's nighttime somewhere in Argentina when a family gets together for dinner. As all members finish up their meal, one relative begins to record, but as he pans the camera around the room, he captures this. There appears to be someone by the poolside just watching the family from a distance. However, they don't appear to be moving. While it might be that a guest was enjoying their evening by the pool, given that this dinner was taking place at a hotel, something about them seems strange. Zooming in, it looks like they're completely still and seems like their mouth is the only part that's moving. The person recording this immediately stopped filming upon noticing this unusual behavior. Its pale complexion was already enough to spook them. To this day, the relative who took this has no idea who or what was outside the hotel room that they were eating at. On May 20th of 2024, a woman named Shireen Ann notices something in her apartment that leaves her extremely unsettled. After this incident, she made a video detailing the events that led up to that night. It all started a few days back when Shireen was home alone with her children. Looking back at this moment, she regrets that she didn't take it seriously. To Shireen, this occurrence wasn't something to be concerned about, as she thought it was her upstairs neighbor doing some interior renovations. But the following night, it happens again. It was at this moment that Shireen began to think that it wasn't her upstairs neighbor, but instead someone or something else. She would continue to be on edge until the next night, when it didn't happen. No noises were heard whatsoever on that night, but as she takes a random photo for her Snapchat to let her followers know that she was going to bed, she captures this. Shireen had no idea that in the photo she took, something appears. It was only after someone on Snapchat saw the photo that she was told. Looking closely, it looks as if someone or something is staring at her. She believes that they or it had been the one responsible for the noises she heard before. Now the figure isn't clear at all, but you can make out an outline of a body, which is pretty creepy in itself. Not much else has been said about this occurrence, but one can assume that Shireen was terrified upon seeing it. It's photos like this of eerie figures that are pretty creepy. A similar photo was recently posted on Facebook, however, the figure in this one is a bit more clear. The context for this is that a theater student had taken a photo of the audience in the upper balcony and captured this. However, a morbid-looking person is caught in it. Like this image, Shireen's pic remains a total mystery. She doesn't know who or what was inside her apartment, and she doesn't know if it's still there. With no new updates since then, it seems that what was captured will continue to remain unknown. Now, this next video was submitted to me by Sienna G, who received the following clip from her aunt. In the footage, Sienna's aunt is filming her son, who appears to be roaming around inside her room. Although initially thinking that her aunt had sent her a cute video of her little cousin, Sienna soon felt that something was off about the clip. It wasn't obvious at first, but upon watching it the second time, she instantly got chills. The clip, as it turns out, was sent to Sienna because something strange was captured. Have a look.
How mommy say got the stuff look like this? Check it out. Come on.
As Sienna's aunt films her son, she catches something passing by in front of the camera, but it's really quick when it happens. At exactly 17 seconds into the video, a dark silhouette emerges from the left side of the screen before making its way across the room. By slowing the footage, one can see that something distinct is moving past the camera, but it's also when you slow the footage that the video gets even more creepy. Looking at the figure frame by frame, you'll notice that it has a full torso and also what looks like an arm. However, one thing is missing, its head. Despite moving pretty fast, we can still make out what looks like a body, but nowhere in sight do we see a head. This fact alone is what spooked Sienna and her aunt upon looking closely at the clip. If no one else had been inside the room, then what was this? A definitive answer to this question has yet to be given. In this next video, a man who lives alone recorded a video to show what's been happening ever since he moved in. The apartment that he's currently renting isn't exactly a place he calls home. Almost every night, something strange happens. From tapping noises coming from outside his window to things moving on their own as if tipped over by someone, he no doubt believes that his new place is haunted. Now, he's been recording a couple occurrences ever since moving in, but the most recent video on his page is by far the most unsettling encounter he's ever had. It's late at night when this is captured.
Время 2:30 ночи, а мы только начинаем веселиться. Проснулся от стука из шкафа. А это одна сторона, левая дверца, слегка приоткрывается и стучит. Не знаю, видно, не видно.
It goes without saying, but the man was on edge throughout the whole night. Thinking that someone was hiding in his wardrobe, he walks over with caution. But this wasn't necessary, as eventually he finds out that nothing was inside. Or so it seems. While nothing in particular stands out, except for some moving hangers, viewers believe that a presence of some sort was actually in there. It just wasn't visible to the naked eye. Whatever presence might have been there has definitely spooked the man, but regardless, this alone was enough to send him out of his place and into a new one. No further videos have been posted since then, but until new footage is released, this one remains a mystery. Now, the following footage was recently shared by a mother who was home alone when this happened. The only other person inside the house was her baby, who had just been put to sleep in her crib. It's been a hectic night trying to calm her down as she wouldn't stop crying. According to Angela, the mother, her baby would continuously stare at an empty space before bursting into tears. It was definitely strange, but it wasn't something Angela found concerning. That is, until the following incident took place. At around 10 at night, Angela was woken up by a notification on her phone alerting her that a person has been detected in the back patio. She immediately checks the security camera outside her house from her smartphone to see if maybe her husband was back from work. Instead, she sees this. At first, Angela thought that the figure was simply a case of pareidolia. But then suddenly, this happens. The figure, which Angela thinks looks like a little girl, slowly dissipates into thin air. Just like that, the silhouette is gone. Now, Angela has made a video showing where the little girl had appeared. While it does give some context, her video makes the footage a whole lot creepier.
Okay, so this is the area. The door that it was like standing inside. We don't have anything or keep anything in this area because it's a walkway and it would be really awkward. And then this is where the security camera is. So when I looked at the footage, I expected to see a person. I didn't expect to see that though.
It's the fact that Angela shows what it looks like if someone were to be standing at the door that makes the footage creepier. If Angela's body wasn't able to be seen, as she demonstrates, then how is this clearly apparent? They, or it, just stands there completely motionless. While she doesn't know for sure if this was something paranormal, she now knows what it was that her child was looking at. She believes that this had been responsible for making her baby upset. But of course, you be the judge. Was a ghost caught on camera, or had something else been captured? In the following video, a young girl plays with a pair of glasses while mom and dad talk in the bedroom. It appears that no one else is around except maybe their pet dog, but according to the mother who sent me this clip, there is no way that her dog was responsible for this creepy incident. If no one else was present in the kitchen during this time, as she states, then what was this?
Hey? You sound like she's in mess shit. Hey, Bo. Come here. Come on, baby.
Understandably, the child's parents were freaked out upon listening to what was captured. Either in the kitchen or somewhere else in the house, a loud screech is heard. Someone in the house had screamed, but this doesn't make any sense as no one else lives there except them, who certainly didn't scream during this recording. Now, even stranger is the fact that their daughter had no reaction whatsoever to the sound. In fact, no one else had heard it when it happened. Whether person or ghost, the family has no clue as to who or what had made the noise. In the Russian city of Kirov, a couple were driving down a highway when their dash cam caught footage of something pretty creepy. This video was submitted to me by Gregory P., who saw the clip on a local news station. Upon seeing what was captured, he immediately knew that the incident was anything but normal. As the couple drive down the road, they see this.
Там мужик на дороге стоял.
Out of nowhere, a mysterious silhouette shows up in front of the car. Its sudden appearance was startling enough that the woman driving swerved upon seeing it. While it may seem like someone was actually standing there, something about them has led viewers to believe that this figure was no person at all. Given that they, or it, doesn't flinch upon seeing the approaching vehicle, and also that they just manifest out of nowhere, it's believed that this was paranormal. Although it's hard to say for sure if that's so, at least it's certain that most viewers think something unexplainable was captured. On September 20th of 2020, a father decides to record his two sons during a playful activity. Both his kids are engaged in a playful wrestling match, with each one trying their best to beat the other. It's a tight match, as it looks like neither one can win the game. Well, that is, until one of them gets distracted. It's unclear as to what he's seeing, but his full attention is given. In fact, he's so distracted that his opponent takes this opportunity to beat him. Although capturing his loss on camera, something else was captured that neither of the kids' parents could explain. While looking at the video he took, the father sees this.
A ver. Eso, pa' eso, es. Eso, pa' eso.
As the father sees that his son is fixated on something, he points the camera to where he is looking, but he doesn't see what it is that's so captivating. Whether he missed it or it simply was not visible, the camera had caught it. In the closet, a face is captured, but like something out of a nightmare, it doesn't move and stays completely still while seemingly staring at the camera. Whatever this is just stays in this corner, but when the father pans the camera to the same spot after turning away momentarily, it's no longer there. Although taken in 2020, there hasn't been any further info on this clip, yet still, no info is needed to make this footage any creepier. While there has yet to be any updates, viewers continue to speculate as to what exactly was inside this wardrobe. On the night of November 16th of 2024, a school teacher stands outside of his class while struggling to remain calm. Only a few minutes ago, he was just inside, setting up decorations for his class, when he had to stop and immediately walk out after seeing something that made him jump out of his skin. Now, the school that he teaches at doesn't really have a history of paranormal occurrences, but the students there would often make up stories and rumors about the school being haunted specifically by a student who used to go there. Whether or not this student actually existed remains a mystery, but tonight, after encountering what just happened, He no doubt believes that his class is haunted, if not the whole school. This is what he caught.
All right, I'm just finishing up putting up decorations for the students when they get back. I was on the smartboard setting things up. I'm taking a step back, and you guys know me. I stay late often. It's just me here and the janitor, and let me show you. Do you see? I mean, is that not a kid sitting right there?
It appears that someone is sitting at a desk towards the back of the class while facing the board in front of it. Now, just for reference, this is what it usually looks like when there isn't someone occupying a seat. Nothing stands out because clearly nothing is there, but somehow either someone or something appears. It's hard to make out any specific features, but there's definitely an outline resembling that of a child's, as viewers noted. Because of this, the instructor believes that the spirit of a former student had come to see him. However, they had come way too late to class. Now, it's worth noting that a few months ago, the school had an accident involving someone who went there. It isn't certain, but the following footage might be related.
What's happening? See, but they just put a girl in the back.
The specifics of what occurred are unknown, but according to a source, the student had unfortunately passed away only days after the accident. Ever since then, the kids at the school would come up with rumors saying that the girl's spirit haunts the building. If that's so, then this definitely makes what was captured a whole lot more interesting. But of course, I'll let you come up with your own judgment. Was a ghost caught on camera? Or might there be something that could possibly explain what was captured? In the following video, a couple of friends are standing outside a building that hasn't been occupied for years. Nothing about this building had stood out to the friends until they saw this. Now, at first glance, the so-called ghost appears to be mistaken for a plastic bag. This is so considering that it looks to be caught on a wire that's connected to the building. But as the video plays out, the notion of this being a bag suddenly becomes questionable. If this had been nothing more than a piece of plastic, then how does one explain the following? As all friends continue to watch the alleged bag, this happens. Whatever this might have been just floats around before somehow vanishing, but it does this only after the friends started calling out to it. It's as if it was hiding away from them. Now, it could very well be that its movement was merely a coincidence that occurred when they shouted, but despite that, it doesn't explain how it just disappears into nothingness. For this reason, the group believes a ghost was on the roof of this abandoned building. Ghost or not, neither viewers nor the group could explain just how exactly this white object vanished without a trace. Like most videos, there has yet to be a definitive explanation for what was caught. On October 18th of 2024, a video recorded by a security camera inside a classroom began spreading among students after many were freaked out by what was captured. The footage was initially posted by the teacher of this classroom. Mr. Simon, the instructor in question, wanted to share something creepy that he came across while looking at video recordings of his lectures. Rarely does he ever check the camera, but apparently a student of his had complained about being bullied by a classmate. So naturally, Mr. Simon checks the camera to see what was going on between the two. But while checking, he sees a notification saying that motion was detected at 10 p.m. on October 17th. Now this was odd considering that school was closed during this time. He checks the footage, expecting a thief or a janitor to appear, but instead, he ends up seeing something that scares the living daylights out of him. This is what he saw. It's easy to miss the first time, but in case you did, something appears at the entrance to the classroom after a few rotations from the camera. It's pretty faint, but it's there. The camera seems to notice it as it stops moving and stays pointing at the figure. But when it sees it, the figure just seemingly vanishes. The misty apparition, as Mr. Simon calls it, is no longer present throughout the footage. Or at least, that's what he thinks. Because according to viewers, the reason as to why the camera keeps on moving is because it's still picking up the supposed ghost that was seen. Wherever the camera points is where it's at, it's just not visible. But despite whether or not the mysterious figure was still present, Mr. Simon is fully convinced that something otherworldly had appeared. To this day, he has no idea what exactly was inside his class and wonders if the camera will ever see this mysterious figure again. Just what was inside Mr. Simon's class?